Welcome back to the Gun Circus for another broadcast today, and we have finished with the prejudging, and quite frankly I'm exhausted. I feel really good about my performance today, and I've been getting some great feedback, and I ran into a buddy of mine that I think the world of, Charles Rucker, and Charles is a Lone Star athlete, competes on a national level, and he's a great resource for information and just a very inspirational person. So I'd like to take a minute here to interview him, and hopefully you guys can benefit from it as I have. So let me just introduce you to Charles real quick.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing?
All right, well Charles, tell me, how did you go about getting into competing?
Well, I played football for 21 years, and it was one of those things, like after football you kind of try to figure out what you can do as far as being competitive, because that doesn't go away, that's part of you. And like the thing with me is I'm not good at golf, so I had to do something else. And I love working out. I've been working out pretty much since middle school. It's been a passion of mine. So it's just a way to, better yourself and your body, and at the same time, do something that still is competitive, give you that competitive nature.
Right. Brian Maben wants me to ask you to tell us about your first show and your first coach.
Man, Brian, I've known Brian for so long, man, and the thing is, Brian's the one that really got me to compete, because he kept saying that I needed to try it, and finally, I broke down. I was like, all right, I'll do a show, and I tried it out, and I did Music City. Brian had me come in, won my first show, and that's kind of where my career started from there. So I definitely got to thank him for that, because he's the one that really hammered it into me to even start competing, period.
Right. Hey, and I noticed that we've got several viewers that just joined us, so just want to make sure you realize that who we're talking to here. This is a national level athlete, Charles Rucker, a Lone Star athlete. Hey, Charles, tell me, how'd you get into physique?
Actually, physique, when I decided that I wanted to compete, it was real, it was still new, it was still fresh. And for me, it was something that I could get into and kind of see if competing was something that I was going to enjoy doing. Because it was a new sport, it was something that, they wasn't for sure exactly what they was looking for. And I just thought it was a good way to break into the fitness industry. And I fell in love with the first show, and I stayed with it, stuck it out, basically.
A couple of people have responded here. One says to say hello from a Chattanoogan, and the other one's asking for your diet. Tell us about your diet.
Right now I'm getting ready for a show. I have a show 7 weeks out in Alabama, and right now my diet is pretty strict. It consists of chicken, tilapia, of course, and it also consists of veggies as far as asparagus. I do sweet potatoes. I do brown rice. Actually, for fish, I actually do salmon. My coach has me do salmon, throwing a little bit of fat in there too. So that's something different that I haven't done in the past. But it's really, my body's really reacted well to it. So far I've enjoyed putting the salmon into my diet instead of tilapia to get the little bit of fat that I need. Well,
and just to add to that point, Charles, for our viewers' sake, the value of having the salmon in there is for the omega-3 fatty acids,
exactly,
which is essential for brain function.
Exactly.
Tell me, and I love asking this question, especially of high caliber athletes. Tell me, what is your greatest motivator? What is your driving force?
I'm gonna be honest. That is probably my family. My family means the world to me. So I've always, everything I do, I always try to base it off of, trying to make them proud, or, trying to be a good standing person for them. But also, I try to motivate myself. I always like trying to, do better than I have before, and trying new things. That's one thing that I really enjoy and love is, trying out new things, and really just like pushing myself. Like that motivates me to be able to push myself.
Question we have here is that, do you feel like that this is a good career choice?
I think it is. I think it's a good career choice if it's hard. Like I will say, it's definitely hard, especially when you first start out, and it really can be expensive. And I mean, like I was just telling you a minute ago, like this is different from any other sport. I did play football. I did do boxing for a while. And the thing is, like, those sports, like, you go to practice for 2 hours and then you're done. You go home and you do a regular life. This is your regular life. This is a lifestyle. When people say that, it's the truth, because after you get through leaving the gym, you still got to go home food prep. You still got to practice and posing. You still have to do other things that basically your day consists of you competing or you getting ready for a show. So it's not a sport where you go practice. This is a lifestyle. It's something that you constantly have to think about, and it can be a very selfish sport. So I think it's a great career choice if you're willing to put in that effort and that time. I know, like, a lot of people do get frustrated with it, and I mean, you're going to get frustrated with it, and that's part of competing, because you are being judged, and you can't choose, you can't choose how you look. And that's the thing with, I was telling you earlier too, was like, nobody has a perfect body. We're always striving to be better and better each show. That's why, like, you got to look at yourself and try to make yourself look better instead of comparing yourself to somebody else. Because this sport you are working with your body. So with that, you have to keep in mind that it takes time to develop it. It's not something that's going to come overnight. And I think a lot of people don't have the patience to actually put in the time and effort to be able to do that.
Yeah. And to elaborate on that too, Charles, as a Lone Star athlete, there's an expectation of you to be a good representative of this product line and your employer.
Absolutely.
So there's some additional pressure there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it definitely can be pressure, but like, it's something I love. So for me, it's exciting every day when I get to, when I'm in this lifestyle. So I love it, and I mean, if that's something that you really have a passion for and you really want to do it, then I feel like if you're willing to put in time and effort, man, it's a great career.
Question is, do you have sponsors? Obviously, the answer to that's true. You're a Lone Star athlete. Tell them about that.
Yeah, Lone Star is actually the #2 largest distributor in the world. We actually are the people that give supplements out to, like, your Nutri-Shops, your GNCs, to stores. So they've been a blessing to me. They brought me to the Arnold as a guest athlete, and then from there they moved me to Atlanta. So it's definitely been a blessing to be able to be sponsored by them, and they're part of my family now. And I absolutely love being part and being sponsored by them.
And one last thought that I'd like for you to expand on for us. One of the things that has really created a brotherhood between you and I is our shared belief in Christ.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, big thing with me, man, I grew up in church. My mom always made me go to church every Sunday, so being a Christian is a big part of my life. And I know when I started competing, a lot of competitors are trying to find that image that they want to, give out. Because the thing about fitness is, if you're just that typical image, you're washed out with everybody else. This is a big industry, and but for me, my faith was something that I was never going to hide. I'm a Christian. I was in a car wreck probably about 5 years ago that God saved me from. I hit a tractor trailer head on, and to be honest with you, when people see the pictures, they honestly don't know how I even walked out. So for me to even remotely not give him the praise and honor for that, and like where I'm at today, then that's not cool. So I have no problem ever.
This one viewer here says, thanks for the answers and hello from Denmark.
That's awesome. What's up?
Hey, thanks for joining us, guys.
Absolutely.
Listen, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to do this, man. You're always very gracious. Guys, stay with us, because we will be coming back live tonight at the final show.
Real quick, you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Charles Rucker. My Instagram name is Rucker1021. I always post supplements and workouts and stuff like that, so come check me out.
There you go. There's a great follow there. Charles, thank you, brother.
Absolutely, thank you.
Take care.